Hey everyone, Shasta here with a new Dauntless guide video. As I mentioned in my previous videos, due to Dauntless finally releasing, I'm going to be updating all my Behemoth guides so that they're up to date for the full game release. I know a lot of you guys already know most of this, but I want to create some updated content for new players coming to the game and not to have those old videos on standby because some of them are no longer accurate. There are a lot of changes to some of the behemoths, and I think I need to go through all the behemoths from the start so that even some of you guys who have not noticed something might get a few tips and tricks while you're watching. We'll start with everyone's all-time favorite Gnasher, who is one of the first behemoths you will encounter in the game. Quick reminder to check me on Twitch, where I stream both gaming and music composing. Yes guys and girls, I also make music, so come check me out sometime. Gnasher is one of the neutral behemoths you will initially face in the game. Later on, you will encounter his more powerful Rage Tail variants in the Maelstrom on both normal and heroic difficulty. His stronger versions take after his regular one, so many of the abilities you will see and are explained in this video do apply to them, but they have either more devastating results or additional effects. Gnasher is a neutral behemoth with a level 3 threat level and 100 gear score recommendations. He does not have any elemental weaknesses or resistances, which means you cannot go wrong with any weapon while facing him or any armor. The first one you have to watch out is his overhead slam. If you're playing solo, it is quite easy to evade the attack, since 99% of the time when he does this, he will just jump over you and miss you. In a group, however, that changes, so you need to watch out. The slam is always done in a straight line towards the direction Gnasher is facing, so either evade or sprint to either side of him to evade the move. If you happen to be next to him when he does this, you're perfectly safe. His second attack is a frontal bite attack. This move is easy to notice and evade with sprinting alone, since he takes a bit of time to prepare for doing it. If you feel uneasy, you can always evade towards him or to the side, but never evade in a direction where he's gonna bite, because you might accidentally get hit. His third attack is a tail swipe. His tail swipe only deals damage when initially swings, so it doesn't deal damage on a backward swing. That is why I prefer to either evade towards his tail when he swipes, or to simply move in the direction of his swipe, although that's a little bit dangerous. Be careful, however, and make sure you're not anywhere near his head or to the side of the tail swipe. The hit range is from his back to his head. You can always evade outwards from the tail, since it does not have a very wide radius and a single roll can get you out of the danger zone. Destroying his tail will disable this ability. His fourth attack is a tail slam. When he jumps to do the tail slam, pay attention to the direction in which he's spinning. Evade in the same direction to have the highest chance of evading. This is only if you're close to him. Slayers which are near his head when he does this are pretty much safe. You can also evade outwards, but be careful and always watch where he's going to land the slam. Similar to the tail swipe, when you destroy his tail, he will stop doing this ability. His fourth attack is a slide move. This is a move during which he will do a single slide towards a target player. The best way to evade it is towards him rather than to the side or backwards. You can also have the option to boop him. Booping, which is the Dauntless word for interrupting, is a mechanic which can be used during certain behemoth moves. The Gnasher slide is one of them. Whenever you boop him during this move, he will be in a state of stagger for a certain period of time, giving you a safe period to deal damage. The safest weapon to boop him in the early game are the Warpike and the Hammer, although the Chain Blades with a +6 weighted strikes and a very precise sword evade attack can also do the job. You have to hit his head during the ability to boop him. No other body part will cause the effect. This is one of the moves you can practice your booping on with the Hammer and the Warpike to prepare with your behemoths later on, which are more tougher and harder to boop. His fifth attack is a simple stomp which can be evaded in many ways, from sprinting away from him to evading towards the opposite leg or to his front or back side. The stomp only deals damage around his legs, so you're safe as long as you're near the back end of his tail or on the opposite leg or near his head. And he also gives plenty of time to notice that the attack is coming. Finally, we have his Enraged phase. All behemoths have an Enraged phase after taking a certain amount of damage. They have different Enraged animations. For the Gnasher, he begins stomping in place and follows up with an Eater explosion. The stomps and explosion will deal damage to you, so I advise you to attack his tail while he stomps and then evade the way before the explosion hits. During Enraged phase, Behemoths deal more damage and become faster. The Gnasher also gains an upgrade to his Tail Slam ability. Instead of doing it only once, he now does it anywhere from 2 to 5 times in a row, one after another. The best way to evade it is to move away from him until it finishes. The other way is to evade in the same direction he spins to do the ability. This gives you extra space to evade the attack. And the mastery way of evading, especially with fast weapons, is to do an evade attack. This way you do not lose on damage and you keep yourself safe. The Gnasher does not have an ether mode, so that is all the things you need to be careful when facing him. That's everything for this video. As always, thanks for watching and I hope you give it a like or a dislike as you see fit. Drop me a comment down below with any feedback you have. Check also the links in the description to my Twitch, Twitter and Discord community, as well as my other social links where I invite you guys to follow me and join me. Finally, if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. That's everything from me for this video. See you in the next one. Shadow Strider out.
Take your time.